Hi first graders, welcome back to reading class with Miss Six. Today is Thursday, October 29th, 2020, and we have 2 days until Halloween, yay! Our objective says today I can retell a fictional story using SWBST, and I'm going to teach you what this means. And first, let's review. Remember, fictional texts are texts made up by an author that are not true. So you can have stories about maybe monsters, animals that talk, animals that do things like humans do, fairy tales about castles, things like that. These are fiction, fake. They're made up. Remember, the author's purpose is to entertain if it's fiction. And we're going to retell, and so when we retell text, we're going to pick out the important parts of the story. Okay, we're really going to focus on that, only the important parts. So let's ask ourselves, if I'm reading a story, how do I know what's important and what's not important? Well, I'm going to teach you a strategy. This strategy is called SWBST. And all these letters stand for something. So S stands for somebody. We're going to think about who is the character. Characters in fiction stories are what the whole story is about. So that's important to know. The character. Then we need to see what they wanted. Wanted. What does the character want to do? But, B stands for but. What was stopping them from getting what they wanted? In our fiction stories, to make them interesting, there's always going to be some kind of problem. So, for example, if I were to tell you a story and I said, Sally wanted to go to the beach. It was fun. That was so short. That's not even a fun story. It's just telling information. So if I want to make a fun story, I'm going to have to add more details, and there's going to be a problem in the story. So if I said, Sally wanted to go to the beach, but her car broke down, so she had to walk all the way to the beach. And if you could see how I said, so, how did they finally get what they wanted? Then, how did the story end? So every fiction story that we read is going to have somebody, wanted, but, so, then. What kind of stories will have this information? Starts with the F. Fictional stories will have all these characteristics. Somebody wanted, but, so, then. So today we're going to read a story. And this story is called Monster Halloween, and then we're going to get our piece of paper and we're going to draw out somebody wanted, but, so, then. It is Halloween, says Bonk. We need costumes, says Uzzle. Bonk looks in his wardrobe. He finds an eye patch, a black hat, and a hook. Who wants to be a pirate, he says. Me, says Jupe. Bonk looks in his toy box. He finds a rainbow wig, a red nose, and a horn. Who wants to be a clown? Bonk says. Me, says Uzzle. Bonk looks in the attic. He finds a hobby horse, a hat, and boots. Who wants to be a cowboy? Bonk says. Me, says Lurk. So what's happening in the story? Everyone's getting costumes. Let's go trick-or-treating, says Lurk. But Bonk needs a costume, says Jupe. So everyone has a costume but Bonk. They find a white sheet. They cover Bonk with the white sheet. You're a ghost, says Uzzle. Bonk bumps into the wall. Maybe we should make a different costume, says Jupe. They cut the white sheet into strips. They wrap the strips around Bonk. Now you're a mummy, says Jupe. Bonk, achoo, sneezes. All the strips fall off. Did that costume work? Lurk, Uzzle, and Jupe think. Uzzle had a plan. He finds some orange paper, he finds scissors, and black paint. Does anyone have any ideas of what he's going to do? What are the friends going to do? Uzzle, Lurk, and Jupe cut and paint the orange paper. Close your eyes, Bonk, they say. The monsters put the orange paper around Bonk. What do we think? What kind of costume are they making? It's orange, and they're wrapping it around him. Bonk looks in the mirror. This is the perfect costume, says Bonk. I'm a giant pumpkin. Now let's go trick-or-treating, says Jupe. The end. So in our story, who is the somebody? Who is the story about? There were several characters. I think there were 4 characters, but the story was mainly about Bonk. I wrote his name and drew a picture. What did Bonk want at the beginning? Remember, we start from the beginning, go to the end of the story. So what did he want at first? He wanted a costume. They said, this is Halloween. Let's make costumes. But there was a problem, right? What was the problem in the story? But he gave all the costumes to his friends already. Remember, the pirate, the clown, the cowboy. So there was nothing left for him. So they make a new costume. They got the orange paper, scissors, paint, and glue. So then what happened? Then his friends made him a pumpkin costume so they could go trick-or-treating together. So guess what your assignment is going to be? You're going to be watching a read aloud of Creepy Carrots. This is a story we've been working on for a little bit. So you're going to watch the read aloud, and then you're going to write your answers on a piece of paper just like I did and upload a picture onto the Google form. So let's look back at how I did my paper. I turned my paper sideways and went, this is how my journal goes, and I turned it sideways so that it's longer, and I put SWBST. Then I drew a line underneath and then lines to separate them. So it's kind of like a really big T chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And I wrote just a little bit about each column and then drew my pictures. Alright, so that's your assignment. You're going to do the same thing I did, but for Creepy Carrots. Tell me who this somebody, what they wanted, but, so, then. And those are the important things that we're pulling from the story. I can't wait to see your finished Google Forms and your finished assignments, and I will see y'all really soon. Have a great day. Bye.